Member Banff Cochrane.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The charming and historic town of Cochrane was the second fastest growing small municipality in Canada, according to the recent census. That's no surprise, considering Cochrane is a great place to live and raise a family. But the former Conservative government failed to support Cochrane's growth when they broke their promise and removed the critical infrastructure from the Highway 1A and 22 intersection from the capital plan. To the Minister of Transportation, when can the residents of Cochrane and all those who use this important intersection expect shovels in the ground?
Honourable Minister.
Thanks very much, Mr. Speaker, and thank you very much for the question from the honourable member. I want to thank him for his advocacy on this important issue. We know that Cochrane is a rapidly growing city. We know that there is a serious congestion at the intersection of Highway 22 and 1A, and that this causes delays and safety concerns, Mr. Speaker. All I can say is that the member will have to wait. There are many competing pressures on the capital plan, but we're going to try and make sure that we keep Albertans safe because we stand up for Albertans, Mr. Speaker.
First supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the same minister, given that Highway 1A acts as a backup when there's an accident on the Trans-Canada, and given that I've seen Highway 1A jammed all the way to CB on these occasions, will the minister commit to upgrading the 1A22 intersection to ensure it can handle these emergency situations?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for the question. Obviously, emergency problems are a great concern. Safety is our top priority, and this government is interested in making sure that the transportation network serves the needs to make life better for Albertans and Alberta families, Mr. Speaker. We're committed to do that. Other than that, I think the member knows that I can't make any commitments at the present time. There are many competing priorities for the capital plan, Mr. Speaker, but I want him to know we have the best interests of Cochrane at heart.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Second supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm proud that our government is committed to build the infrastructure our communities need, despite the opposition's calls for us to cut this funding. Again, to the Minister of Infrastructure, will you at least ensure that the residents of Cochrane receive a fair share of this funding to support the growth of this vibrant community?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I do have the Wild Rose 5-year fiscal plan here, and it does indicate, Mr. Speaker, that they would reduce capital spending in the province of Alberta compared to what we're doing by $9 billion, Mr. Speaker. That's a lot of roads that don't get built, Mr. Speaker, a lot of hospitals and schools that don't get. The opposition is interested in cutting, Mr. Speaker. The government of Alberta is interested in making sure that we stand up for Alberta families.